live broadcast software. I hope that there wasn't any colorful language. If there was, apologies. But yeah, we're going to try and do this again. And if it doesn't work, we'll have to give it a break this time, and I'll try and figure out what's going wrong over the weekend. But we are going to be making chicken chili garlic from that book. It's also in my red book. And this is something I like showing how to make these curry house curries because they are so easy to make, quick and easy to make. And as I said earlier, before we had all the problems with the software, a lot of people complain about having to make the base sauce because it's just like making, it takes an hour to make, and why they have to do that before they can make any kind of curry house curry. But when you think about it, it takes the same amount of time to make a base sauce as it does a good spaghetti bolognese. And when you make a spaghetti bolognese, it's gone. You make a base sauce, and you can make 30 curries like this. So it's really worth doing. Tonight, we are going to be making, like I say, a chicken chili garlic, which is one of my favorites. And we've got 8 cloves of garlic there. There's lots of garlic in this one. I got about 3 chilies, green chilies right here. Some garlic and ginger paste. Do you want to go ahead and go to the pan just to see if it's working, Caroline? Great. And I've got a half an onion here. And also we got just 3 different spices here. I got some chili powder, tablespoons. I'm using about a teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder. I've got a tablespoon of homemade tandoori masala, and then also a tablespoon of mixed powder, which is anyone that follows my books will know what that is. But if you don't, it's a curry house style curry powder, and you could just use some curry powder. But yeah, I suggest making that if you can. We got some just a little bit of tomato puree for just to give it a little bit of color. Of course, we've got some tandoori chicken there. Now, when it comes to the tandoori chicken, I like to add, either do pre-cooked chicken, as it is in my books, or tandoori, and that's, of course, pre-cooked as well. But you could add raw chicken to this. It's slower to cook because obviously you have to cook it through and everything, whereas this is already cooked through. And so that's really up to you. And it also adds another layer of flavor. Now we got some. I got some coriander, some chopped coriander there, and these are some dried garlic flakes, and that's optional, but you can just put those in at the end if you like, which is what I'm going to do. And then I've got some lime juice, so I'm just going to add some lime juice to that, make it really nice. So let's go over to the pan now. Is that going to the pan instead of you, Caroline? All right. Good. So I'm going to add to this pan, I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of oil. And to that, I'm going to add this garlic. So 8 cloves of slivered garlic right there.
Mark says, why don't you use ghee?
You can use ghee as well. Ghee would work perfectly.
What sort of chilies are they, Craig's asking?
Those are bird's eye chilies, so just green bird's eye chilies. You can use any chili you like, really, but those are the ones I always grab when I'm out shopping. I don't usually put this much onion in, but I think I wasn't thinking, but it'll still be nice. I want to soften this onion and just really cook it down so it's nice and soft. While I'm doing that, I'm going to add the chilies. And again, how many chilies you add is really down to you. It's it's a personal taste thing. I like mine quite spicy, so I add quite a few. Sometimes more, sometimes less. And this is just starting to come around now. So just softening these onions. I'm going to add a tiny bit of salt.
Red onion down asking.
Yes, you could. Yes, no reason why not. Or even shallots if you wanted to. Just a little bit of salt there, just to kind of bring the moisture out in the onions.
Any way around of not using garlic? Stuart's allergic to it.
I would pick a different recipe because this is called chicken chili garlic. So there are a lot. I actually have a couple of recipes in my new book that don't have garlic in them. In fact, although you can add it if you want to, my special Balti does not have garlic in it because I learned it that way. And also there's a Rogan Josh recipe in there, which is authentic Rogan Josh, and it doesn't have garlic in it either. So if it's something like if you don't like something or you're allergic to it and a recipe calls for it, just leave it out. There's no point in adding something you're not going to like or you're allergic to. But then again, don't make chicken chili garlic.
Use carrot and coriander soup as a base sauce. I know quite a few people do that, don't they?
Yeah, and that works for some people. But don't forget, a lot of people don't like coriander. But if you're one of those people that does, it's a good substitute. So I'm adding these spices now. This is just a tablespoon of tandoori masala, tablespoon of mixed powder, and about a teaspoon of chili powder. Just look at that coloring there. That's really looking nice.
Work with king prawns.
Yes. All of my curry house recipes, I can't remember what page is on and everything, but all of my curry house recipes, you can use the main ingredient of your choice. So I'm going to add some of this tomato puree there. That's only about 4 tablespoons or so. We're just going to let that bubble for a second. And do you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to add this. But don't worry, I'm going to add it now. Garlic and ginger paste. We're just going to let that cook into this. Quite a bit of oil in there.
Can you use a naga pickle in this?
Yes, that would be really good. I do that all the time because anytime I get a lot of people asking about naga recipes, can you make this naga and all that? If you like naga pickle like I do, you can add it to pretty much anything.
Darren's asking, is that tomato puree and water mix?
Yes, it is. That is a tomato paste and water mixed. About 1 part paste to 3 parts water. And it really doesn't make a big difference because as you can see how fast, it just cooks down anyway. So we're going to add some of this base sauce now. Just there. Just a little bit. You always want to add your base sauce in small amounts because as it cooks down, and it does cook down quickly because there's a lot of vegetable in it. So really essentially just an onion stock with a few things thrown in. See how
Doug said it must smell incredible, and it does.
it does smell amazing. This is my dinner. And it's Friday night too, so I'm going to have a good time tonight. Curries and a couple beers. Anyway, so we're going to cook that down. And now I'm going to go ahead and add this chicken. And I might add that I had some pre-cooked chicken, which I did in this base sauce. And so that's given, the base sauce is usually made with water, but I cooked some other chicken in that same base sauce. So it's given it the flavor of the chicken, which is a good trick. If you're making pre-cooked lamb or something like that, I do have a recipe for pre-cooked lamb and pre-cooked meats, but you can always just simmer it in your base sauce. And then you've got a base sauce that's perfect for lamb or perfect for chicken. Just gives it different flavors.
Stuart's asking if you ever use frozen cubes of garlic and ginger.
Yes, I really highly recommend them. The frozen cubed garlic and ginger are great. I don't like the bottled stuff. There's just something that doesn't smell right. I'm not happy with that, but I do like the frozen cubes.
And Darren says if you're using raw chicken, when would you add that?
You'd add it a little bit earlier than I did this chicken, because all I'm doing here is I'm heating this through. But don't forget that if you're adding raw chicken, you might need to add a little bit more base sauce. You'll need to keep adding it in small amounts until the chicken is completely cooked through. But this I know is cooked through because I've already cooked it. But Yeah, so you can just play with it, and it will cook down, and it will cook through, and it will be absolutely beautiful. Okay, now I don't need to cook. I don't want to stir this. Now, a lot of people, if this is your first time watching, you don't want to really stir from the middle. I was just doing that, but really, the only place you need to be stirring is right here on the sides.
Did you marinate the chicken? It looked like it had colour down the asking.
That was marinated, and I did not marinate that with color. That was marinated with that was colored with paprika. But I do add. I don't have a problem with adding color. I just didn't do it with that one. Doesn't add any flavor, so it's really up to you.
Don said he's made this dish with extra nugget pickles and he loves it.
Yeah, I would have to agree there. In fact, I got some extra chicken here, so I'm probably going to do the same thing after this. I'm just going to add a little bit because you don't like the nugget pickle that much, do you, Caroline?
It's a bit spicy to me.
Yeah, I like it. So I got a little bit of methy there that I've added.
He's asking how you do the base sauce.
Oh, well, that's something I should probably do a video of. It's really easy, and if you don't have my books, I do have recipes for that on my blog. So it's not difficult. And if I see your comment there after this, I'll try and send you a link. So see what I'm doing. See how it's caramelizing, kind of burning around the side there. I just want to scoop that back into the curry because it just adds nice flavor to it.
Liam keeps his spices in glass jars. How long would you keep those before replacing?
Ground spices I would keep about 3 months at the most. If they're whole spices, they last a lot longer. So I usually just grind them as and when I need them. But yeah, you can keep your ground spices for a good 3 months without them losing too much flavor. There we are.
Where's the best place to get spices on the internet? Andrew?
You know, I don't know because I always buy them here locally, don't I? I used to go to East End, but they've shut their shop down, their online shop. There's some great places out there, and they're different price ranges as well. So if you want really, really high quality stuff, you might end up paying a lot more for it. But usually there's a reason for it.
Said we'll wait for garlic for 2 days. That's true.
Yes, but it's the weekend, so that's all right.
It's a lockdown, isn't it? Anyway.
Exactly, lockdown. Yeah. Oh well. All right, now to this, I'm just going to add some of this dried garlic. So it's just going to give it 3 different dimensions of garlic. And that's going to be so nice. See here. And then I'm going to squirt some lime juice over it just because I like the tartness of it. And really remember that all my recipes, they're guides. You make them the way you want. This will give you a good idea of how they're done in the curry houses. But if you wanted to, for example, use naga pickle instead of this, well then yes, do it. If you want to use less garlic, do that as well. Look at that. Now I'm going to be serving this over rice tonight, so I'm going to add just a little bit more. If I were serving this with naan, that would be perfect, just the way it is, right there. But I'm not. So I'm going to add just a little bit more sauce. Yeah, that's all right. All this is going to need now is a bit of salt, and I just know that from experience, so add some salt to that. Turn off the heat.
I remember saying, I think you bought the dried garlic. Where do we get the dried garlic from?
I got that at a Chinese shop. You can get it at pretty much all Asian shops. They sell big bags of it. It's not really that expensive. They also sell small bags of it.
Yeah, did you buy this dried garlic?
Yeah, I bought it. Yeah. So let's see if I can go back and see if it actually works. There, it goes back to the front camera, Caroline.
There you go.
Just waiting. We'll see.
Just keep speaking. I don't think it's going to go back.
Try doing it. Just try.
I have done. It's not going.
All right. I'll keep speaking now. We'll see if I pop back into the scene. If not, I'll just have to grab my.
See, it's coming back on. I think maybe.
Are we back?
Yeah, you're back on.
Oh, we're back. Great. This software. Don't know. It should be very smooth, but it doesn't work smoothly all the time, as some of you might have seen earlier. But yeah, thank you very much for watching tonight. I am going to be on air with any luck, as long as I can get all this all worked out again. I'll be on air around 5 o'clock, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, probably every day next week. Monday, I'm going to be cooking lamb madras from the book. And Tuesday, I'm going to be making chicken risotto. That's one of my favorites from the new book here. And then I'm going to be making a chicken lababdar on Wednesday. And no, that's not Labrador. That's what a lot of people think it is when they look at it, but it is lababdar. And very nice, authentic curry. So it's going to take a little bit longer to cook than these very easy curry house curries, but it's well worth it. So if you've got the new book and you want to cook along with me, I will slow it down so that you can cook with me. And if you have my red book and you want to cook along with me on Monday evening, it is going to be the, what did I say? The lamb madras. And then again, you could also you make that a chicken madras if you want to, or a prawn madras. All those things can be entered, just like when you go out to an Indian restaurant and you see the sauce, and then you can choose king prawn, beef, keema, whatever. So you can do the same thing. So don't make lamb madras just because I am, if you'd rather have prawn. So I think is that about everything?
Carl's logged on for the first time. What pan are you using? Everyone seems to be interested in that.
I'll leave a link to this. This is just I got one this size, which is just like a curry house size. Just it makes enough for 1 to 2 people, and it's an aluminum pan. And I will put a link to that. Where are you from? Are you on YouTube or Facebook? Can't answer that. Okay. So anyway, I'll try and put it both in my YouTube and also my Facebook channels so that you can link onto it.
Cam says nice demo.
Thank you.
The book, so that's nice. And looks like people have enjoyed it.
Great. Well, I hope you all have a really nice weekend. I'm going to be cooking all day tomorrow. I'm experimenting with a load of stuff, and so I'll be doing that tomorrow. So hopefully you're having fun in the kitchen as well. And we will see you on Monday, I hope, for our lamb madras. And if you have any further questions, anything, just leave them in the comments, because I'd be happy. I always like talking food. So leave me a comment and I will make sure that I reply. So till Monday.